What is going on, everybody? Articulated Ninja here. Let me just say this to start this off. I did back the Savage Crucible's Kickstarter, but I backed Wave 3. I really liked the way the Paranoids and those characters looked in Wave 3. I had a limited budget, so unfortunately I couldn't get everything in Wave 1 or just everything in general. So I went with Wave 3. But the guys over at Savage Crucibles reached out to me, said that they like my work and they would like to see the figures through my eyes, but they also told me I'm under no obligation to post a positive review or even post it off if I don't enjoy the figure. Long story short, I said that's awesome. They know that they can't force me to say shit or like something that I genuinely don't like. Sure, send it my way and we will see how I feel about it. That being said, this is a new line, new company, never made action figures before. So what went wrong? There's a lot of space for something to go wrong here. All right, so y'all know what time it is. Let's check out D-ass on this action figure.
Hey, yo!
Pause. I'm talking about detail, articulation, accessories, and size. Where's your mind at? Guys, I have an issue with this figure that really does get on my nerves, but I'm going to save that for the end in the judgment section. This is a new company, man. Look at the texture, the paint apps, and the details on this figure. This shit is crazy.
He ain't lying.
And this is with the figure with all of the armor on. You can take the weapons and a lot of this armor off. So let's take some of this armor off. Let's pretend he got invited to a Diddy party.
Pause.
So here's how it looks like that. And whether you have the armor on or you have the armor off, it makes no difference. This guy definitely looks beautiful.
Oh, I like that.
The colors, detail, paint apps, texture, everything is here. This is really, really nice. Just out of curiosity, comment down below what you think this would cost if Hasbro did it.
You're a problem. You're a real problem.
Let's be honest. I mean, those guys are putting out blank repaints, blank body repaints with no texture on it for the most part for $30.
Oh, Lord.
This guy with the weapons and the options of taking the armor off and everything, pinless, crazy articulation and articulated jaw with accessories, texture, not a blank buck. If you back the Kickstarter, this guy was $38. Not bad for a new company. Great texture, detail, articulation, accessories, not bad. Shout out to Nikki Nicole Customs, man. She worked on this line. I'm not sure if she did the paint masters for this one specifically, but I know she has done the paint masters for quite a few of the figures in this line. And it's beautiful, man. Like, clearly this company cares about paintwork and detail, and that's why they hire Nikki Nicole Customs and people like her to make sure that the detail and the paint apps in this line helps bring these figures to life. And I definitely see that here when it comes to the detail. Articulation.
Round one. Fight.
So when it comes to articulation, as you guys can see right here, I have no complaints with this actual figure. Actually, the one complaint I do have, the one problem that I do have with this figure does relate to articulation, but not in a way that you probably expected. Like I said, we'll save that for the judgment section. This guy honestly has more articulation than I feel like it even needs. Like he can really get into some dynamic poses. His articulation ranges on the realm of like Spider-Man action figure articulation. So like I said, when it comes to accessories, some of these armor pieces, they do come off. So even if we're not going to count them as accessories, just showing that they're here as options is really nice. Here's the sheaths for his swords. Some go on his back and some go on his sides like holsters. And then we also have the swords themselves, which is 2 pairs, 2 different shaped blades. I really like how they look, and the detail on them is nice here. And just to show off his scale really quick, I just want to show you guys the size of this guy. Here he is next to some Mythic Legions, standard size Mythic Legions. Then here he is next to some oversized Mythic Legions. Then we have him next to some third-party orcs. And then we have him next to some Valorverse Action Force figures. And I like his size here with standard figures, as well as some Marvel Legends we got him with right here. Same thing, I like his size. Here he is next to some G.I. Joe Classified, and I like that he's a little bit bigger when it comes to standard figures because he's not a human character. He is a reptile anthropomorphic type of figure. Then we have him next to some dinosaur figures that I also have in my collection. Both Axie toy bodies, one just with a Kit Bash head, and then we have him next to some oversized figures from Loose Collector and Memory Toys. This is a new company. I can't overstate that because this product does not seem like it's coming from a new company. This is like a veteran product from a freshman company, which is crazy to me.
Stop playing!
But I do understand every company has to go through growing pains in the beginning. No one is exempt from that. What I do not like about this figure, what in my opinion, what went wrong is this guy has so much articulation. Maybe he has too much. With that being said, there is a toe hinge. I do not care for articulation in the feet or the toes. I know it's great on like Spider-Man figures. Outside of Spider-Man figures, I just honestly don't think it's that necessary, like at all. On this figure, that hinge as well as the ankle isn't as stiff and rigid as I would like it to be. It can be challenging at times to stand him up. I did apply some loose joint fix and that fixed the issue right up for me, but in general, that is a loose joint on both ankles and just the hinge to the feet. I wish it was just a little bit tighter. That is the only negative that I have with this entire figure. Easy fix, sure.
And that's a fact.
Should we have to fix anything? Of course not.
And that's a fact.
But I didn't even heat this guy up out of the package. Like I didn't. I'm sure that I should have, but I did not. And I ran into no issues. The ankle / toe hinge, that's the only area I think that went wrong, or that I think moving forward they can improve on, because everything else here was like a 9 out of 10, like almost perfect. I don't want to call it perfect, but everything else here, the smoothness of the ball joints, everything was just great. Like I have no complaints. Double hinged arms, pinless body, double hinged knees, new type of articulation. Honestly, I think Savage Crucibles killed it. If I could have afforded the other figures, I definitely would have gotten them, but I went with Wave 3, and this figure got me excited for Wave 3. This is like in the realm of mythical stuff, and I'm a Mythic Legions fan. This is not a Mythic Legions hater talking to you guys. No, I'm a Mythic Legions fan, but we're not going to sit here and act like Mythic Legions has great articulation. Their articulation for the most part is pretty shitty.
Yes or yes?
The articulation is like outdated by like 10 or 15 years.
Oh, okay, goddamn.
This, however, to me, shows me what Mythic Legions could be, especially if they update the articulation. It's a mythical type of figure, a realm of creatures, knights, orcs, stuff like that. So of course I'm thinking about Mythic Legions when I use this figure, and it scales well with Mythic Legions. But if I was in charge over there at Mythic Legions, I'd be looking at this like,
Oh dear, we are in trouble.
because what happens when a company like Savage Crucibles decides to put out some knights? How articulated, how detailed, and what is the price point of those knights going to be?
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Same when they decide to do orcs and other similar characters. I am excited for the future of this company and to see what other types of characters they will be putting out besides these anthropomorphic figures, because I do think once they start to take on human characters, like I said, knights and stuff like that, it's going to be a big game changer. Knights, skeletons, etc.
Hell yes.
And shout out to my channel members. I have finally uploaded a collection room tour video. Channel members have been after me for months and they support the channel. I had to do it for them. So If you have not seen it yet, please go check that out if you're a channel member. And link is in the description if you want to join the channel, get access to tons of private videos, private live streams, and private giveaways, as well as priority responses. I literally respond to every single comment in most cases, and get access to the private Facebook group. I am excited now for wave 3 with those paranoids, man. Shout out to Savage Crucibles. Thanks for sending this my way, even though I totally could have fucking flamed you guys if I did not like this. You're brave for that, man. Y'all be safe out there. Like I always say, life is short. Try to appreciate it more than you complain about it. Peace.
G.I. Joe, classified, Marvel Legends on my mind, Valaverse and NECA time, Mythic Legions I must find, SH Figure Arts I can't lie, Rebel Tech got my pockets dry, Set action figures for life, Articulated Ninja is nice, yeah, you might wanna subscribe, action